James Durbecker here with Crescent Kayaks. We are at the Crescent headquarters, and today we're going to introduce you to the Kayak Cooler. Only so many times can we answer the question, will this cooler fit in this certain kayak? Finally we said, you know what, let's make a cooler that'll fit in the back of every single one of our tank wells. And that's exactly what we did with the Kayak Cooler. So first of all, we'll get into some of the construction, the text and specs of it, and ultimately we'll talk about the integration of it into the product line. A really cool thing that we were able to do is we actually developed our own FDA approved food safe resin, and we actually are going to trademark it Polar Tech. So the pigments are the exact identical pigments to all of the kayaks. So that means each one of these coolers will identically match the 2024 product line. I know you can see ink there, but that is still going to be a limited offer. We'll do a separate post for that. But starting out on the features, what you'll see is we have an EVA foam pad kit. That's going to be the exact same pad kit that's going to come on all of the kayaks. Talking about the overall dimensions and size of this, it's going to be slightly bigger than a 25-quart cooler. To the construction, we mentioned we developed our own resin for it. This is going to be a Roto-Molded cooler. Typically with coolers, they're going to be double wall with a foam injection. And I think a reason why a lot of coolers are foam injected is because people struggle with how do you get structure and rigidity without that foam. Well, we kind of were able to fall back on our experience of molding and rotomolding that we've been doing for the last 30 years and pull off a really fantastic cooler. And how our Roto-Molded construction is going to benefit you as a customer is this is going to be a 13-pound cooler. And with foam injection ones, the proportions are really challenging because you essentially have to have a 3-inch gap to create enough room for the foam. With ours, we're able to have 1.5 inches. What that ultimately means is our internal storage is going to be far superior to a similar size cooler. Also, if you can see our lid construction, it's such a smaller profile than those other coolers. And now you guys are Roto-Molded experts. So when I say kiss off, you know exactly what I'm talking about. 2 walls coming together to give structure. This lid is absolutely rock solid. And again, you can see the amount of storage we have. I'll show you on a different cooler, but we actually kissed off this internal tub too. So that tub's going to be locked to the bottom. I can show you on the bottom side, but what that means is this tub is going to have a ton of rigidity as well. So you're going to get a cooler that double insulated, and we joke like we're not fighting off bears, you know, for 2 weeks in the wilderness. These coolers are going to hold up perfectly for your overnight camping trip. They're going to do great for an afternoon at the beach. They are intentionally designed for kayaks. That means we used our experience to know the amount of ice retention that you're going to need, but we cut down so much weight. And that is integrated into paddling, and that's paddle focus. We're really proud. Our first time entering the cooler world, we were able to achieve multiple patents on this cooler. So let's talk about some of those and the features and what they can offer you benefits as a paddler. We integrated our mini cam strap into the lid, and this is where the magic happens, right? So you can strap down your Plano, dry bag, any kind of gear like that, but also be able to open the cooler while having gear on top. If you notice these slots here, what's really cool is, so starting in 2024, all our kayak handles will be long enough to strap this down as a high seat. So speaking of high seat, another feature that we have that's patent pending as well is we integrated a frame seat into this cooler. It works by using compression. Our typical hand-sewn seats, as you're used to, powder coat and bent here in Carrollton, Georgia. My boy Rhett Tollison, always doing awesome work for us. Not only will this fit in the back tank well of every single model, it will also fit as a high seat in the cockpit of every model, except for the ultralight. We kind of intentionally made this not fit in the ultralight because you guys are crazy and always want to stack stuff, and we just thought it wasn't a great idea. But so these cooler will fit in the tank well of all models, and it'll fit as a high seat and all that. I mean, it just is going to be such awesome opportunities. Imagine you're in a crew, right? You have your kid in front of you. You can drop back your seat frame. You can access all your drinks, gear, whatever you want for the day. Close it back up. It's just such a versatile feature and such a versatile product, even when we're going to this. So we actually designed a threaded drain plug to be large enough that, you know, for you motor guys, you can run the wiring for your motor into the cooler and use it as a battery box too. And then with that pigment development, what I'm so excited about is, and when we say perfect fit, we're really serious, perfect fit. But what we're so excited about is, like, look at that color match. I just think they're so cool. And some people like the match, but also I can't wait to see people do neon colors with different models. What I'm so proud about with this product is we didn't just get a cooler and throw our logo on someone else's design. Our DNA and our experience is all over this thing. Little features like you can see with these feet. We purposely did these feet so that water would not be blocked for draining down our center channels. And we also know with it interacting with a lot of water, you don't want dirt and grime building up underneath it. At the core about what we stand for is the American made, you know, stamp of approval on the bottom. And then it's really cool when we have coolers, we integrate them into our lives, and we had the opportunity to change things we might not like. For me, sometimes I want my cooler to stay put, so we have the rubber feet on it. Other times I want the freaking thing to get over here, you know, so we have the feet completely removable. And we've just done really tactful things using our experience with molding. We have molded in inserts in here. We do them post mold so that the level of the feet are perfect every single time. Really cool embossed logo at the back. So, oh, and then one thing I really want to touch on too, like when you start out, you kind of have your vision or idea for a company, and then you kind of get a little more mainstream and stuff. And Crescent was founded on a futuristic, funky style, and we partnered with Blue Water Ropes to pair up a custom rope with every color. And one I got to show you guys because we all decided in the showroom we were going to do it, and so you guys better support it, because we went with the neon pink with the emerald, pure funk at its finest, and just really on brand for us. All of these coolers are currently live on our site. You can buy directly off of it. We will put it in a cool custom box and ship it directly to your door. Also, our dealers will be carrying these as well, so feel free to hit them up, make sure that they have them, and please support them. They are the bloodline of Crescent. Sincerely, getting to design and create is such a gift, and the trust this community has in us allows us to do that. And I can guarantee you that this cooler is absolutely at the standard or even at a higher one than we put into our kayaks. And we're just so appreciative of you guys supporting us as a company and as we do new things. So this is the Kayak Cooler. This is Crescent headquarters, and thank you guys so much for your support.